Hey guys, how you doing? Ever wondered what stops government from printing money? Can a country just print money and distribute it to its citizens? If rich and poor is decided on the basis of money one possesses, wouldn't it be wonderful if government decides to distribute money to everyone equally so that everyone lives a comfortable life? Before we get to the answer, here's a fact. In times of recession, countries do resort to printing money, or what is known as quantitative easing, a term that became popular just after the recession in 2008. But that measure is only for extreme situations. It's also considered dangerous because printing money causes inflation. And if you print too much money, well, hyperinflation. To put things in perspective, there was a time when 3 eggs could have cost you $100 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Basically, we are talking about total devaluation of currency. Of course, this is extreme, but it shows the capability of hyperinflation. Okay, so what determines the amount of money a nation can print? Well, there's no fixed yardstick. The amount of money printed should be sufficient to make transfer of goods and services smooth and at the same time retain the value of currency. Now, value of currency depends on many factors: net exports, current and fiscal deficits, interest rates, among other moving parameters. Generally speaking, the central bank prints around 2 to 3% of total GDP of the country. But then again, this amount varies from economy to economy. While mature or developed markets print 2 to 3% of their GDP, emerging economies like India, China have much more than 2 to 3% money in circulation. Still not clear enough? Let's take an example. Suppose an economy produces $10 million worth of goods, say 1 million books at $10 each. At this time, the money supply would be $10 million. If the government doubles the money supply, we would still have 1 million books, but people will have more money. Demand for books would rise, and firms would push up prices. The most likely scenario? If the money supply would double, we would have 1 million books sold at $20 each. The economy is now worth $20 million rather than $10 million, but the number of goods is exactly the same. What we can say is that increase in GDP is merely a money illusion. True, you have more money, but if everything is more expensive, you're not any better off. Okay, remember we said the amount of money printed should be sufficient to make transfer of goods and services smooth? How much money is enough? How much currency should government print in order to circulate so that they can transact things? We have on one hand goods and services produced in the economy, and on the other hand currency to make movement. So now imagine India as a country produce only 1 kg of rice in a year. The government has the option of printing as much money as they want. They can print 100 rupees in form of 100 notes of 1 rupee each, or 200 rupees in form of 200 notes of 1 rupee each. The difference between these two situations is nothing, but we have either 100 rupees or 200 rupees to buy the same quantity, that is 1 kg of rice. This is a very simplistic scenario, but it is very relevant to lay the foundation for understanding the role of currency. Then the natural question is, why government prints more money when it is not creating any value for the economy? Well, to understand this, let's continue with the same example. We have only 100 notes of rupee 1, and we have 200 people in our country. So in order to enable everybody to transact, we need at least 200 notes. So this is one of the many reasons why a country needs to print incremental money. In developing economies like India, Indonesia, China, every year millions of their citizens are coming out of poverty. Government has to provide currency to these residents so that their demands can be met. Incremental money supply should be proportional to real output in the economy, otherwise it will create excessive supply of currency. Excess supply of money feeds into inflation and hence reduces the buying power. So printing money only helps if it is done proportionally with real output. Conclusion: to become rich, a country needs to be technologically advanced and more competitive. Printing money or more money doesn't improve economic output in any way. What it does is merely cause inflation. A country proceeds on the path of economic growth by fetching money through higher demands of locally produced goods and services. Thanks for watching.